yeah, you'll probably be hearing just the ambulance. Yeah, I'll do that now.
Hello, hello, testing, testing, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, test, 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 test. Yep.
So Mike, I'll test Mike 2 anyway, but it will be coming in on the same channel.
Mic 2, mic 2, 1 2 1 2, mic 2, mic 2. Words in Gwalga, Kaneshitatu, Pogmahoyin.
Yeah, so Pogmahoyin means kiss my ass, essentially. Yeah, it's like the only word I know. Are you doing this from your place? Okay, so you don't have a return server, do you? Oh, sweet. Okay. Awesome. That means I've packed the screen away. Fantastic. I'll tell you what I'll do, Simon. I won't push it. If they approach and say, we're going to do some interviews, I'll go, yeah, sure, but I'm not going to remind them. Well, it's a county game, so I imagine like county's the highest level in the sport. That sounds about right for the level of football in London and Antrim. Most women play soccer and hockey and that. I think at county level they play 35, but I'm not too sure on that. Oh really? Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry. No, at senior men's level in counties, like when it's on, like when they play class and finals, it's 35 there. I think for this is 50 where you're at. Yeah, no worries. Awesome. Bye.
You're here early?
Yep.
Very early, were you?
Oh boy.
So all set up for 2 o'clock?
Yeah, normally my practice is 4 hours. That's good.
sitting around it as well? Or
No, I'm just operating.
you're just operating? So
Yeah.
you'll have two others here, will you?
Yes.
During the
We might never met.
probably different people all the time, is it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is this 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Why is it 35 minutes? Is that from Instagram?
From the men's, it's
Yeah.
35. You're gonna. That's a little clock. You're gonna have on a screen, is it?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I could see that. That'll keep me right as opposed to looking at the watch all the time. Yeah, 30 minutes for the ladies and 35 for the men. That's what it's like. You're probably here every weekend, are you?
Oh no, this is my second time down here in about 3 years.
Oh, right. Okay.
I've done a few. I've done a little bit of stuff up in the north, in Newcastle and
Yeah,
Leeds,
okay.
towards the tail end of the foot season.
Yeah. Okay. That you string those games then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I thought suppose just all the games here every weekend would be streamed, maybe not so though. Okay, I gotta get on and check this. Go down here first. No. Where? Thanks,
Your
Million.
polls.
Where's your camera?
Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our live broadcast here at McGovern Park. It's a little bit of a historic day here for London. This is the first home match here for the London ladies team since the COVID pandemic. My name is Anthony McLaughlin from the Irish Post newspaper here in London, and with me on co-coms is the boss of Britain LGFA, Patricia Morrison. How are you doing, Patricia?
I'm good, Anthony. Thank you very much.
And we'll quickly run through the teams as the two of them just get ready in front of us here on the main pitch here in London GA headquarters. And we'll go through the London team first and foremost. And we'll have a quick look on the starting 15 for Paddy Bowles' team, who come here in their second match after an away defeat in their opening game away in Carlow. And there's 5 changes to Paddy Bowles' team from that match at Netwatch Cullen Park. And there's Sinead Coyle in goal, and Martha Jordan, Bridget Gallagher and Caitlin Mulholland in the full-back line. Emma Olken, Rebecca Considine and Denise Darty are in the half-backs. Nevin Daly and Cleona Tuick, the captain, are in the midfield, with Claire O'Brien, Roisin Considine and Roisin Kelly in the half-forwards, and Emma Reynolds, Beatrice Casey and Neva Bryan in the full-forward line. And for Antrim, this is the team that Emma Kelly has brought across after their opening round victory over Fermanagh. And it's Anna McCann in goal, and Joanna Coleman, Emma Farron and Neve McIntosh in the full-back line. Carla McKenna, Ciara Brown, Sarah O'Neill in the half-backs, with Anna Mulholland and Anya Tuberty in midfield, Teresa Mellon, Kathy Carey and Lara DeHansey in the half-forward line, with Brona Devlin, Orla Prenter and Aoife Taggart in the full-forward line. And Orla Prenter will be the one that will be watching today after 8 points against Fermanagh. Gave Antrim, the All-Ireland Junior champions, their opening win. Our referee is from Donegal, and it's Sinead McHugh, and away we go. And we're looking forward to this one, Patricia. I'm hoping for London for a good chance to show their wares here in Ruislip.
Absolutely. I mean, what a fabulous day we have. There is a slight breeze there, and it will be a great way to start their home campaign and just to display what London has to offer on the pitch. I think after last weekend they need this boost, and it'll be good to have a positive day today for them.
Here's an opening opportunity for the visitors. And an opening score for the visitors, and Antrim take a 1-point lead.
Yeah, she took that facing into the sun as well. It was a good strike, and there was no mistake, and that was going over the bar.
Gráinne McLaughlin with our opening score.
Good recovery there from London. A short kick.
London going long into midfield. That one's going to get cut out, and away come Antrim. Coming down this near side, attacking the clubhouse end to the right. And here's a chance for Prenter. And she slots that one straight between the posts. And they go 2-0 up. And there's the danger straight away, Patricia.
Absolutely. I mean, you can see Antrim have taken on and are going hard from the start. Sees that London have won that kick out, but they need to move that bit faster off the ball and get into the positions. A long ball in there to Beatrice Casey, who has been dangerous for her club last year.
And away come Antrim down on the grandstand side. Good hands to release McLaughlin again. That one's going to drop short for Sinead Coyle from the Round Towers Club, current London and All Britain champions. And away come London through the middle. And here's an opportunity to put a few passes together, get themselves into the game. And they win their free. I'm just going to have a quick look to see the number changes in the start. You can see a couple of changes there on the London team. We'll bring those to you shortly. I can see Ellen O'Brien wearing 17 in the back line. There's Antrim. Goes straight down the middle. And that one's going to tail to the left and wide. Chance there for Kathy Carey. You can see number 23, Lorraine Lamb, from Tacona Gales. She's also lining out in the starting 15 here for London. And the ball's with Coyle. And away we go.
Winning their kickouts is key, and Ellen O'Brien is a strong player there to come down the middle with the ball.
Opportunity here for Casey from the Father Murphy's Club. Brings it inside. Comes back to Roisin Considine. She wins her free in the first chance here, Patricia, for London to get off the board.
Yeah, and there's a wall of yellow jerseys up in front of them, but this should be easy enough for Beatrice. She's within range, and she's very good at taking her scores.
It's just going to drop short.
I eat my words.
And McCann had to watch that. The sun is right in her eyes. It is an unseasonably warm day here in London. The temperature was hitting 61 on the way in. 16 in new money. And here come Antrim. I looked to saw one there for Denise Darty, but De Hunsey carries on, and that one's going to drop short, and there's a chance here for Antrim. I'll try and recycle it, but London hustle well, and they can bring that one away.
I think we're being held up now for Denise here. I'll say when London are coming forward with the ball, there is a wall of yellow in front of them. There was 8 girls behind the ball for Antrim as the girls are coming through midfield and into the near 21. So London will have their work cut out for them in getting through that wall.
And this is going to be the challenge today for London. Taking on a seasoned opponent. It's just their second match of the season, and at this time of year games are vital for both clubs and counties playing on this side of the water.
It's a fantastic opportunity for London to be participating in the National League. It gives them experience that they don't have here in Britain at the minute, and when they head into the Championship, it's not just their first games. They have some experience and some games behind them against strong opposition.
And here come the Saffrons again, right through the middle. Nothing but a good boot to it, but that one also just tails off to the left and wide. Here come Antrim again, straight through the middle, straight over the bar. That's a well taken score by the visitors. And they extend their lead. And that looked like Prenter once again. It's the second point of the match. That's a lovely pass.
Yeah, they're getting into all the open spaces, and they're quick with the hands and the passes, and making no mistake. Absolutely. Lara is doing some great work on this near line. She really is making the backs work for it.
They're just that yard quicker at the moment, and that's all the difference they need.
Yeah, and it's all those little things that make the difference.
What can London do? They went looking for O'Brien, and they win it on the second ball. It goes to Claire O'Brien. Roscommon wing forward wins the free. Up it goes to Casey. Did well on the turn. Has a player on her shoulder, and that player is Emma Reynolds. What can she do with this? Can she force it over the line? It's a good save by McCann. And Antrim bring it away.
I think Antrim were lucky there.
That's the threat that Beatrice Casey brings. Two Father Murphy's forwards in that full forward line for London. Casey and Reynolds. And they almost combined for an opening goal. And London will pick the ball back up here on their own 45. And Hunsey did really well and wins a free.
Quick reactions there from Hunsey to collect that broken ball.
Over the ball comes. Prentice steadies herself and makes absolutely no mistake. And that is a fourth Antrim score of the half. And away can London down that far side. Looking for Lorraine Lamb, one of 5 or 6 Tyrconnell Gales players in this starting lineup. There's a good spread of players right across the clubs here in London. That one's going to drop for Ciara Brown. There's plenty of open space for Antrim to exploit. It's with Mulholland into the Hunsey. And slightly slashes at that one, and that one goes to the right and wide.
Yeah, I think the London sideline ball there wasn't many options open, and they took the chance by just going into the forwards where there wasn't many opportunities. They can work the ball out of them, their backs. They're doing well. There's been a few slips on the pitch there now today. But Antrim's half back line in midfield are very strong at turning that ball over and bringing it back up to their own forwards.
Yep. It'll be a little bit unusual for a lot of slips because it's been bone dry in London the last few weeks. There's been barely any rain whatsoever. And here come Antrim once again. It's out to Prenter, and if you give her that kind of space, that is what she's going to do.
Yeah, she's making no mistake. She's keeping out of the danger zone, but yeah, she's been available to all the to her colleagues coming up through, and she's making no mistake when she strikes that ball.
There's a 4th point from open play for the full forward. She got 8 against Fermanagh. She's already halfway there today. And London just need to settle down a little bit. They don't want this game to get too far away from them before half time. And here they come. There's a nice ball from O'Brien. Tried to release Claire O'Brien. Wins a free. Goes looking for Reynolds. Had Casey on the shoulder. Brings it back towards O'Brien. London do well to muscle themselves in on that one, but that one just drops to the left and wide. But a bit better there from London.
Absolutely, yeah, they are getting there. I think the reaction times from Antrim are just that fraction of a second quicker. They're really making no mistake, and if there's any loose ball, they are on it.
That was an easy clear out there for Antrim a little bit too easy from a London point of view. It's with Kathy Carey, and then out on this near side. It's with Niamh McIntosh. Up to Hunsey. Back with the wing forward. And with McLaughlin once again. And there was a lot of space there. The ball just evading the hands of Lara de Hunsey. Sends it right back. Two more Holland. And Sarah O'Neill fires it out onto the far side. That one's going to drop short. And that was well watched and well cleared. There's a little chance here for London if they want to be quick about it. They can break into open space. And they need a little bit of support. It's there for Ellen O'Brien. In fact, make that Roisin Considine. And it's back with Considine. But it's a little bit of a rushed effort, and that one also tails to the left and wide. And London just need one of these just to settle them down.
They do. They need to get a score over the bar. It was a great break from them and to come through, and they came down against only the few backs. I mean, by the end of it, you still have that wall of yellow. But there was a good attack. 5 or 6 of London players going for the goal.
A lot of space here for McIntosh to run into. So away come Antrim once again. Gives it to Coleman. Coleman hands it on to Kathy Carey. It's back to Gráinne McLaughlin. And recycles it back to Mulholland. There's a bit of patient play here from Antrim. London can't really put a hand on them. But that one is also just going to tail to the left and wide.
Yeah, I do think the London backs are stepping a bit too far off the Antrim players. They need to be that little bit closer. Yeah, Antrim have that speed that London seem to be lacking at the minute. So it's important that they don't lose track of their players and keep tight with them.
Bridget Gallagher wins a free. London struggling just to clear the lines from that kick out. Our referee brings the ball forward. Will they go long or will they go short? They go short. So the captain, Tuig.
Yeah, they need to make use of this opportunity. That was a good call there.
Yep, successive frees, and it's up with Casey. Casey will try and run a marker. But it's going to drop back inside for Claire O'Brien. And there is an opening score for London. And a much needed start there.
Yeah, they needed to get that over the bar. And it was good work. Although it was 3 frees that got them to that position, they worked well. They took they looked, and the girls moved and gave the opportunities to the kickers. Can they keep this up? The momentum gives them that boost.
But it also shows the danger that Beatrice Casey brings to that front line. It just needs a little bit of havoc, and it creates spaces for them to have shooting opportunities, and it's the way they're going to get back into this match if they do. But here come Antrim again. They've had a lot of the ball in this first half. They're called there for over-carrying. Now, what can London do with this one?
Doherty has her work cut out for her. She sticks tight to her. Mistakes like that will come from De Hunsey, but she really has to make her presence felt when she's marking her and not stand off too far.
It's a good run here through the middle. It's with Tuig. Goes looking for Casey. from one Corkwoman to another, but Antrim cut that one out. And away comes McIntosh over midfield. And here's McLaughlin. She is through. There's a great chance for a goal. And she makes no mistake. And there is the first goal of the game. And unfortunately, from a London point of view, Patricia, that was just too easy.
It was very easy for McIntosh to come out against Rebecca Casey, or Beatrice Casey, sorry. She came out determined to get that ball, and the hand pass from Tuig was straight into her hands. And it was a clear run up of 2 or 3 passes and straight into the back of the net. Very simple, nothing too complicated about it, but it'll put a dent in London's run.
Just when they thought they might get a toehold in this match, Antrim slam the door shut and they extend their lead, and the ball is with the danger player Prenter, and she makes absolutely no mistake.
No, it's a fine strike between the posts. There's a player down there for London at the minute seeking attention. I mean, if Antrim keep going the way they are going, they will have a fine score at half time going in. If London can, they have spurts where they do drive on and that they are getting the passes in there. It's just unfortunate that it isn't as consistent.
Yeah, for London, it's really a case of getting minutes on the board and minutes in the legs as the season progresses. It's all about game time on this side of the water and getting as many minutes as possible. And there's a substitution here for London. We'll just see who's coming onto the field. That is Emma Clark from Round Towers, the Tyrone woman. Joins the fray as London get the game underway. And Gallagher loses the ball, concedes the free. There's another chance here for Antrim. It's with Prenter. It's a good 30 metres out. And the wind is slightly diagonal. It's not a huge wind today. She gets a good connection to it. An excellent score.
Fantastic score.
She has been the standout player.
Without a doubt. It was a great strike.
There's a good battle there between Mulholland and Tuig. It's Mulholland that wins it. Cuts it back inside. One midfielder to the other, but that one's going to just drop to the left and wide. That's about the 7th wide that Antrim have had in this first half.
Opportunities, London. The players are given. Sinead Lyons there in the goal.
That's a cheap concession from a London point of view. And here come Antrim again. Prenter cuts inside with that one.
They got away with that one, I think.
I think you're right. London just need to find any sort of foothold that they can. And even at this stage, maybe not be that fussed about the scoreboard. It's more about getting a performance in and getting practice and getting some yards in before All Ireland season comes around the corner.
Yeah, it's very important that they do get these chances, and that's what the National League is all about. Is for London is for getting game time, getting the opposition that they need to and will be facing when it comes to championship stages.
The score for Lara de Hansi, and that brings us to 1-8 to a point as half-time approaches here at McGovern Park. And the ball's with the captain from Holloway Gales. Goes looking for Casey. Wins a free.
Both players have gone down after that one.
And one other thing that shouldn't really be underestimated, Patricia, it goes with the territory and the level of player turnover that we see here in London. And you just think of some of the players from last year that are not here, someone like even the likes of Caroline McCarthy, the difference that players like that can make to London. But it comes with the territory. Yeah,
it's been a big factor in London, but a big factor across Britain really is that, you know, people come to London and it can only be, sometimes it is only for a short period, whether it's 2 or 3 years. And they love the football scene, but when they're gone, the impact that they have had is really felt. And when we've had a lot of that over the last couple of years. And the likes of Caroline are a big loss to the team.
Yep. And certainly the pandemic hasn't really helped. That was lovely stuff from Prenta. As we go back to the action, she's just called for overcarrying. Might save her blushes a little bit. She took a bit of a swipe at that with her left foot, but it was a lovely little dummy to make some space. But just going back to that and the impact that COVID has had on football hurling and camogie here in Britain. Unfortunately, it's just been one of those things. But we are starting to see a little bit of development again after two years or so of not stagnation, but problems because of the nature of what we've all had to go through.
Yeah, there has been clubs that have been devastated by the amount of people who left to go home to support their own local towns and communities. Like, there's a huge amount of our girls are NHS workers and nurses, and they felt that they needed to go back to give that support to their communities, and that had a massive impact on us. We are seeing a massive increase in since January, more so, with people leaving Ireland again. There's been mass immigration, which I noticed myself when I went home for Christmas. It's tough on the country at home, but it will only benefit the likes of our clubs here in Britain and across the world, really. So it may take a couple of more years for us to build our clubs back up, which will in turn affect our counties. But the drive and the passion is there. The Irish community here is phenomenal. And I've no doubt that the clubs and the counties will thrive again in the next while.
And back we go to the play. And another score for Antrim. And they take their total to 1-9.
Well, that was a poor kick out.
That was a poor kick out, and it's easy as you like for Prenta. And that's a little bit of a sickener for London just before half time.
Yes, and unfortunately for the second half, they are going to be facing into that sun that Antrim have been battling with for the last 20-something minutes.
They go a little bit longer this time. Into midfield. O'Brien wins a free.
the girls are starting to contest the ball that bit harder, and I think that is one of the biggest issues that they have had, is that Antrim are strong, and when they go in to contest for a ball, they're not holding back. When you go in wholeheartedly, you will come out with the ball. And I think London have to get that confidence in themselves that when they go for the ball, they have to be determined to get it. It's just showing that Antrim maybe have it. What a great catch and clearance there from the full back for London.
Yep. That was well anticipated by Gallagher. London win a free. And they go long. Chance here to go into a little bit of open space. It's with Reynolds. Back to Considine. Cuts back inside on her right foot. But that one's just going to drop to the right and wide. But that was better from London.
Yeah, that is the play that does be seen on the pitches in the club championship, is that sort of play, the fast ball, going for it first. Rebecca Considine is a new player to the Roshi. I got it wrong. Roshi, she is new. She's just over end of last year from Clare. And to be making an impact on her starting team for London is fantastic. And I think as the time progresses and she gets to know her teammates that bit more, she'll be a massive addition to the squad.
Antrim have the ball with McIntosh. That's a good run from Mulholland into midfield. And Carey hands it off. And Turbiddy winning a free.
Simple jersey pull there.
Yep. And our referee Sinead McHugh notes down Lorraine Lamb's name. And Carey feeds the ball on. It's with De Hunsey. Gets a good right foot behind that. And that one sails just inside the left hand upright. And another point for Antrim. And Coyle goes long again. And London are getting a little bit more change out of going long. That's 2 in a row now they've won.
They have. They're getting the breaking balls there from simple pushing the backs or even just hands on from the Antrim girls. I think they just need to utilise and take that opportunity a bit more and have their midfielders and their half forwards breaking off. The players seem to react that little bit slower to the opportunity of a free, and I think once they break and London have it, they just need to kind of do it.
And away come London, but that was well watched by McIntosh. And Antrim back on the ball. But the Saffrons lose it on that occasion.
A vital touch there.
And London play Tuig into space. She's got a bit of room to move into. She can keep going. She's been well watched. And she wins a free. And a chance for Casey to add a second point here for London.
It's a great quick ball and a fantastic run by Tuig.
It was like you were saying, Patricia, quick ball. And they can make inroads here. Here comes Casey. Drops it over the bar. And the Father Murphy's forward. Adds a second London score.
Yeah, it was a good strike. It's over the bar. And a great one from Tuig. If they can keep the ball here and get the forwards to defend and fight for that ball.
That was an easy out again for Antrim. It's with It's with Cassie Carey. And back with Anna Moore-Holland. Gives it back to Carey. That one's going to drop. And that's well defended by London. And we'll just see who's going to win the free here. It looks like London have won the free out anyway.
There is fight there in London, I think. And I think the second half, if they can just build on the few attacks that they have had, they can really put it up to Antrim in the second half. Just for the game experience, for the opposition, for the challenges.
But I'd say from an Antrim point of view for Emma Kelly, it's essentially job done. The most important thing is coming away from London with the points and building forward for this National League campaign. They beat Fermanagh, and it looks today as though they're going to get the better of London, or there's still a long way to go. As we close in on half-time here at McGovern Park in West London. It's Antrim who lead by 2 goals and 10 points to 2 points.
Yes, it is a 15-point difference at the minute. But if we can take the score away from it, we can hopefully see London put it up, a battle on the pitch for the second half.
That was a nice little move by Moore-Holland, and she doesn't get the reward off her left foot.
Some great dummies and fast feet there from Antrim.
And London keep the ball. O'Brien can't quite get it, but she's going to win a sideline ball anyway. It's sent forward towards Claire O'Brien. And the Roscommon wing forward sends it in looking for Casey. It's over ahead. And that brings us to the end of the first half. And it's going to be a satisfying half-time team talk for Emma Kelly, because our Antrim side lead London here in Ruislip by 2 goals and 10 points. It's 2 points.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to hear, it would be interesting to hear what Paddy Bowles would have to say in the dressing room at this point, with the scoreboards as it is, but to focus on the plays as well. I mean, Emma Kelly, she's got a great squad there, and she's making her mark with her girls for a second weekend in a row. I do have to point out that we do have the underage, London underage, and this is where we have 2 teams made out of London clubs. So there's 30 girls, homegrown grassroots girls from our clubs, going out to play at the half time, just to exhibit the football standard that's in our underage. These are our under 15 girls who will compete in the Fela in Ireland in July.
Yep, more excellent stuff here in London, and more showcase of what's being done at an underage level. And while our 2 teams gear themselves up for the second half, we will take a quick break and we'll be back with you in a few minutes' time.
and that girl is a fine kick, only that panics a bit. It's about maturity rather than anything else. She's got a fantastic kick. I don't know where they are, but we've 2 injured, or 3 injured. Caroline back, yeah. So.
Okay, welcome back everybody. We're just getting ready for the second half. There were a few changes announced there, but unfortunately couldn't quite hear them on this side of the pitch. The the PA's in the grandstand and it doesn't quite travel on over to this far side, but we'll pick them up as we go.
3 changes for Armagh. Antrim, I think.
It looks like there's about 3 changes for Antrim in this second half. Straight away I can see Megan McGarry wearing 18 has come on in wing back. Anya Devlin wearing 21. Looks like she's coming into half forward. There's an early chance here for London. It's with Considine. Good little dart from Considine. Takes a shot, hits the post. But that was a lot better from London. It's back with Casey. She swings a boot at it. And that one's going to go straight up in the air. Back with Emma Clark. And Considine gives it out to Lorraine Lamb. And that is an excellent start to the second half from London. Much better.
What a fantastic start. Yeah, absolutely. They took their chances. Ellen O'Brien got up there for that kick out or for the throw in, and you know, they took the breaks and they went at speed and they attacked. Very unlucky to have hit the post with the goal shot, but to recover and come back and take their score. And that's the London we want to see. We want to see them put this challenge up to Antrim.
And even from a neutral point of view, here's to more of that. Let's make a good game of this in the second half. That's a lovely ball into space for Prenter, and she absolutely smashes it to the back of the net.
What a fantastic ball cross pitch. I mean, picked her out, heads up, and landed straight in her lap. A fantastic kick across the pitch.
And in some respects that just demonstrates the difference between the two teams today. A third goal for Antrim, and it's Prenter again. And the ball's back here with London. An opportunity for Tuig to come out with it. Into midfield. It's with O'Brien. Goes looking for Reynolds. It's going to drop. Into Casey. Does well to turn 1. Turns 2. Can't quite beat the third. And that one also hits the post.
Extremely unlucky, but great work from London. You know, the speed is there this time. His words of wisdom, Mr. Bowles, have done something.
Yeah, I wonder what Paddy Bowles said to them in there.
It's ignited a fire, which is great to see. I mean,
absolutely.
You have this attack from Antrim. They have the clinical way of finishing. But they got stopped in their tracks this time.
They did. That was a commentator's curse there. And away come London. Into midfield. You can see O'Brien free out on this near side. Has Darty on her shoulder. Darty beats one. Hands it to Lorraine Lamb. Gives it into Considine. Bit of space to move into. And a little bit of a lash from O'Brien, but it does the job, and that is another point for London, and it's a much, much better start in this second half.
Yeah, going into the sun this time for London. And heading into the, although not a very strong breeze, a breeze that didn't have too much impact, I don't think, for Antrim in the first half.
But even in these early stages, Patricia, we can't argue with that. It's a much, much better start by London. A lot more intent and a lot more speed on the ball.
Yeah, it makes for an interesting game. I think even regardless of who you're supporting, it definitely does make for an interesting game when you have two teams who've come out to fight for it. And London are definitely showing that they are willing to fight for this game, as opposed to when they come out in the first half. They're definitely going to put a mark in some way onto this game.
And it might mean they leave a few spaces at the back, and they almost got caught there by Gráinne McLaughlin. Nonetheless, she has a free and puts her left foot to it and dissects the posts for another point for Antrim.
Sinead Lyons looking for her opportunities and for who's going to give her straight in between two Antrim players. The contesting for the kickouts is
too easy for Prenta,
Yeah.
too easy for Antrim. And that is a fourth goal for the visitors, and that is 4-11 to 4 points. And unfortunately, that is a sucker punch.
substitution, is it?
Yeah, substitution for Antrim. We'll just see who's come onto the field here for them.
Maeve Mulholland.
Yep, Maeve Mulholland comes on in the half-backs. She'll go to wing-back. And it's London with the ball. And back with the Round Towers goalkeeper. And she puts a bit of air on it, but that one's going to fall to the captain. And here come Antrim again. Carry to Duhunsey, easy as you like. And that was too easy, unfortunately, there from a London point of view. And another score for Antrim.
Yes, Antrim are getting up in the air. They are contesting for the ball in the air, and in some cases London tend to wait for it to come down, which is, as a back, is a killer when you're waiting for a high ball to come in. She's gone out to this near side here for her corner back, but intercepting there. There's a lot of pressure on these backs now at the minute. What a quick turn.
A turn and score for McLaughlin. Another point for Antrim. .413 plays 4 points here at McGovern Park. And just when London looked like they were having a little bit of a flurry, Antrim have really put their foot down. And that was a lovely little touch, a lovely little goal there from Antrim.
Yeah, they're punishing them for all their mistakes here, which is what you need to do really as a team. If London they need to get over this kick out and these breaks once they can get past the halfway line.
Gráinne McLaughlin got a hand to it and got another goal, and that one's going to drop again to Antrim. It's Anna Mulholland into Carey, easy as you like, and the captain just shaves the crossbar. That could easily have been another goal.
It is. I think London half-backs, midfield, they need to try and give more options to lines there between the posts.
Tried something different. It didn't work. Back they come again. It's with Brenta. And she makes no mistake. And London really need to think of a plan B here, because any sort of plan, because plan A, plan B and plan C are not working from the kick out.
No, it is costing them dearly now in these 2 minutes. And they need to come up with a different option of how to get the ball out from their 21-yard line. They are calling for the ball, but again, the Antrim girls are stronger. They're picking that breaks up. They're jumping and contesting for that ball stronger.
And the disappointing thing here for London is, without Antrim particularly doing anything spectacular, they've hit 4-4 straight away, and they're in again. That's a good save by Coyle. And London can come away with it here on this near side. It's with Darty. Plays it back inside. Chance here for London to string something together. It's with O'Brien. Out to Lorraine Lamb. Needs a little bit of help. Gets it from O'Brien. Into Casey. Beats one. And feeds it into Considine. Back with Lamb. And that was much better. That was arguably London's score of the match there from Lorraine Lamb.
They worked it up from the backs. They got it out the goal, and that is the point, that if they can get it out past from their goalkeeper up to their forwards, the girls are fighting for it. They have that connection in the second half that they didn't in the first. And it was a great score, great worked. And there London have done to Antrim what Antrim were doing. They won their kick out. That was a fine kick out from their keeper, McCann. But unfortunately they've just thrown it away.
Yep, away come Antrim again. It's up with Brenta. A lovely show and go. Creates a little bit of space for McLaughlin. And that is another goal for Antrim.
As a defender myself, there's nothing worse than having those dummies and falling for them. And when players can do it as clinically and as clean as the Antrim players are to London, it is demoralising and it's hard.
And with that, it looks like Brenta's afternoon is done.
She hasn't had a bad day now at the office.
Nope, I imagine she's had worse days than this.
A great player, a very good player.
Oh, fantastic. Meanwhile, here come London. And down this near side, and it's Lorraine Lamb in a little bit of space. Let's see what she can do with it. She has Considine just inside her if she wants it. Gives it to Considine. The Clare woman recycles it back in. Into Reynolds. It's with O'Brien. And London win the free.
Yes, Niamh Daly there in midfield was quite enough, I think, in the first half, but is coming to the fore and has got some crucial breaks there and has taken on some challenges there in the second half in those few minutes. A very strong player from TCG, Tyrconnell Gales. Ellen O'Brien drawing that foul to give London another opportunity. Looks like more changes with Kathy Carey for the captain taking her seat after a good display. And Antrim's Animal Holland is heading her way to the sideline also. With the scoreline like it gives the opportunity for your bench to come out and prove themselves, and I suppose give them the chance to earn their spot and get time on the field.
Yep. Both teams ringing the changes as this game just moves into a wind down phase now. And that free going to the right and wide from Beatrice Casey. And now here come Antrim once again. You can see Maria O'Neill wearing 24, now on the field for Antrim. And we'll just pick out a few more numbers. I can see another Father Murphy's player on there. There's Corbett wearing 22 there, a Limerick woman. And Aoife Taggart has also come onto the field for Antrim. She might get a chance here. In come Antrim. Here is Taggart. That was well defended, well watched by Denise Darty.
Fantastic interception there from her. Came off from hospital pass there, trying to go over her player's head. You never know how high people is going to jump. Here comes Niveen.
That was well done by Daly. Sold the dummy, made some space for herself, and she's back on the ball. The Fermanagh midfielder for Tacona Gales. And London win another free. They go quick, but that was well anticipated, and Antrim can bring the ball away. And just as I say that, they lose it. And London have a bit of space here if they hurry up about it. Goes up to the captain. It's Ruth Tuig. And that one's a little loose. And Antrim can come away. And they've got 4 up for this. Make it 5. Here comes O'Neill. She's got Taggart free on her left side. Here she is. Cuts back on her left, back on her right. Swings the boot to it and sticks it over the bar.
Yeah, unfortunately London left themselves exposed there with Anya Devlin and Maria O'Neill coming in there, and they had this near side to us, to themselves.
Another substitution here for Antrim. And Sarah O'Neill making way. Looks like Nevin Daly's also finished for the afternoon for London. And the midfielder makes way.
I think she's been carded.
I see. I think you're right. So London a player down as Antrim add another point. Off the boot of Caitlin Taggart, another substitution.
Options here for Coyle. So a vital touch there from Ellen O'Brien in the air.
That's good play from London in the middle. It's with Casey, who's dropped deep. Antrim have it back. Well charged down. That was good work from Lorraine Lamb.
A great block down. I do think Beatrice Casey could have held that ball and just gone herself without having to make that pass. I think it's getting the girls to be confident on the ball and taking on the opposition.
An excellent run there from Antrim on that far side. But Rebecca Considine cuts it out. It's a little bit of a wild slice. London are going to have to do well to get it back. It's with Corbett. Back with Antrim and O'Neill. And Gorani McLaughlin can't quite keep it in play. London can try and clear their lines one more time. And they try one out on this near side.
Substitution, I think, we're being held for.
Yeah, substitution on the Antrim team. Looks like Tuberty's come off from midfield. And here we go again. Darty gives it back to O'Brien. Goes back across, chance for London to try and bring it out, which they're just about going to do. Well, Emma Olcombe was running into a little bit of traffic. Gives it out to Ellen O'Brien. O'Brien finds Tuig. And the Holloway Gales midfielder brings it in over the 45. Gives it to Casey. Does well to fend off two challenges and wins a free. And a chance here. For a third point of the match. Greg elects to go short though. Gives it to Corbett. Corbett has a strike on goal. And has good hands from McCann. And the money glass goalkeeper keeps her net intact. And away come Antrim, quick as a flash. Maria O'Neill in plenty of space. Has Taggart if she needs her. Doesn't need her, straight over the bar.
Yeah, that was a quick 4 or 5 passes, but great speed coming down there in the middle from Animal Holland. Great delivery of the ball and straight over the bar. Casey is down deep. She's past her halfway line. She's coming down far to gather this ball. Ellen O'Brien to take this to Tuig. Bit too eager, I think.
And there's another card.
Sinbin for McKenna.
Yeah. Carla McKenna evens up the sides. A chance here for London. It's with Tuig. Into O'Brien. That one's going to just about drop to Beatrice Casey. And there's a chance here for O'Brien. An excellent goal.
What a score. Great strike from O'Brien. And I must say, Ellen O'Brien is playing a great second half here. She's really going hard for the ball and carrying it for her team. Beatrice Casey, Claire O'Brien. Great teamwork there to bury that.
Yep. Father Murphy's to Parnell's, and London have their opening goal.
A little bit too much on that. Again, gives London an opportunity on the sideline here.
And here they come once again. Goes looking for Casey, gets a hand to it. Can't quite make anything of it, and Antrim have it once more. Good pressure though from London. They might win this back. Yeah, and they win the free. That was much better from London.
Great defending from the forwards there.
Yep. It was a 4-player press and it worked out well for them. Back with Tuig. That one is going to drop, but I think there may be a...
Ref is bringing it back.
Yep, she is. Another chance here for Beatrice Casey.
No one in that corner for London though. No one on the edge of the box. Now this will give a chance for Corbett. Position there on the edge of this box.
Quickly taken to O'Brien. And easy to like, straight over the black spot.
Take those scores when you have the opportunities.
Yep.
Anthony, Patricia.
Antrim win their free. And out they come with the ball. With Aoife Kelly. That one's going to be sent through. Blethen Cahill. She wins a free. And the substitute taps one over the bar. And I make that now 7-18 to 1-6.
That was a nice kick straight into Niamh O'Brien's hands for London. And Tuig's on the run again. Great block down there from Lara. Jonesy.
And away come Antrim, down the far side. Maria O'Neill's in plenty of space in the middle if they want it. Comes out to Taggart on this near side. And she puts it straight between the posts.
Rebecca Constantine carrying this up the centre of the pitch. Run there from Claire O'Brien. She's supported from behind by Corbett. Very much back into the centre.
Yep. Here they come again, right through the middle. Good turn by Casey. Should deserve a point for that, and she gets it. That was excellent play by the full forward from Father Murphy's.
Yeah, some good runs there from Roisin Considine and a quick spin from Casey. And if she has that bit of space, Casey can be very dangerous. She was key and instrumental in getting Father Murphy's to the All Britain stages last year for the Junior Championship. Fantastic player from Cork.
Antrim go looking for O'Neill on this near side. Doherty did well there to hold her up.
It's good to see London contesting the ball rather than waiting for the opposition and then trying to win it back.
And McGarry gives it to Kelly. And that's well defended by Noah Galvin, although she loses it. And as easy as you like, Cahill rounds coil and adds an 8th Antrim goal.
And Coyle has gone out short to the side to Clark. But
And this one
unfortunately, it
looks
doesn't
like, yep, it's just
pay
going to
off.
roll over the line. And unfortunately, it's been the tail of this second half. They just haven't been able to deal with the kick out. And Antrim have punished them. Simple as that.
They have. Yeah, the forwards that are in there for Antrim now. And McLaughlin, who's been there all day, she was making no mistake. A little fumble from Clark. Now, in saying that, the referee has gone in and is speaking to the umpires. So I think we need to await that decision.
McLaughlin already has 3-3 this afternoon. This will be 4-3 if Sinead McHugh gives this one. Looks like this one's going to be disallowed. Yep, goal disallowed.
A light reprieve for London,
Yep.
but it can't be much more than that.
That was well gathered by Galvin, under pressure. London win the free out.
Antrim aren't going to let this ball out easy.
Yeah, Nevin Daly's back on. So London should have a player advantage here for a few minutes at least
Yeah.
as this second half winds down.
If they can utilise Niveen as a player, it'd be a massive impact for them.
And I think someone else just was given their marching orders.
Number 12.
Yeah, Lara De Hansi, I think, was just given a card. It might well now be a two-player advantage for London. Let's see what they can do with this. It's with Tuig. Gives it to Casey. Wins a free. And away they come through the middle. It's with Considine. And the Clare woman brings it out to this near side. It's with Corbett. Into Casey. Takes on a defender. Wins a free.
She's done a fair bit of running, Miss Casey. She was in the full back line there only 2 minutes ago, so she's coming deep to win that ball and carry it with her teammates up.
Yep. That was an all-Munster move there for London. Unfortunately, the Cork woman drags that one to the left and wide. And without putting you too much on the spot here, Patricia, with the game pretty much winding up now, if you wanted to pick a player of the match, I can certainly choose one straight away, which would be Orla Prenter, even though she's been gone for a good 10-15 minutes. She certainly stood out on that field this afternoon.
Oh, she had a fantastic first half, it's without doubt. And to be fair, our goal scorer just there hasn't done had a bad day's work either.
I think if you score 4 goals and 3 points in a match, you should probably be putting your hand up for player of the match. That's Gráinne McLaughlin.
Absolutely. She has been a Trojan up there, working well with Prenter and with the team. For me, I think it would be McLaughlin. She does remain on the pitch, but she's done a lot of work off the ball, and she's been very supportive, and she hasn't taken the foot off the pedal for the kickouts. She's very much made Sinead Coyle's life and the backs for London hard work in a defensive and an attacking perspective.
Casey wins another free.
Now, for the last 20 minutes that Casey's been doing, I mean, she's
been leading the charge.
She very much has.
Puts a boot to it. Nearly drops to her teammate Sally Farrell. Here come Antrim once more.
Can Nadine Daly get there?
Plenty of open field to run into. London mop that one up. And that's a little bit loose. And Antrim win their free.
And Constantine had done a good run there to win that. But you can just say that the forwards there for Antrim, regardless of if they were the starting 15 or the new girls that have come on, really don't take the pressure off and are battling constantly against the London backs and not taking the foot off the pedal at all.
There's a wide ball for Antrim, but at this stage, on a score at 9-19 to 1-7, it's not really going to matter. And there we have it. Sinead McHugh brings this Little Island Ladies National Football League match to a close. It's a second win for Antrim in Division 4A and a second defeat for London, and they'll go on now to play Fermanagh in their final match. Antrim will go looking for 3 out of 3 against Carlow, and for them, job done this afternoon, and they can go back home with the points.
Yeah, for a team we flew over this morning, they came out and they put up a fantastic performance. They're a very good team, very cohesive. They're very fit. You can see the difference in possibly the unity and through years of playing together that the London team probably are just getting used to again. I mean, we were only talking there during the break of the massive changes and some of the big names that are missing. I mean, Hannah Noonan, for one, has been a player who has done played for many years over the years with London, and you know, her presence like that is badly missed by them. But it's good to see London coming out and to keep going till the end, and that was the thing. They really did battle right up until the final whistle, and it was good to get a few scores on the board. 1-7 is something, and a great score there from Claire O'Brien with the goal. I think that deserves another mention.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a better finish from them. That start to the second half must have been demoralising, letting in 4-4 in the space of 8 or 9 minutes. But they kept going. Beatrice Casey in particular trying to drag them through there in that final quarter. They did manage 1-3 there towards the end to bring the total to 1-7 for the afternoon. But it is a second defeat for Paddy Bowles' team, and they'll go to Fermanagh looking to try and find some momentum, try and keep practicing and keep building for the season. It is very, as we said, it is very difficult from a London perspective. Game time is just at a premium, so even today it's valuable miles on the clock, and it gives them an opportunity to try and build as this season starts to pick up. Absolutely.
And you know, we wish them both. We wish both teams, London and Antrim, the best in the upcoming games, and we'll be keeping an eye on how they all do.
Yeah. So for the Junior All Ireland champions, it's job done, and they can go back to Antrim with a second win under their belt. Orla Prenter and Gráinne McLaughlin firing them to a 9 goals and 19 to 1 goal and 7 victory here at McGovern Park this afternoon. And all that's left to say is thank you, Patricia, for joining us this afternoon, and thank you for everyone watching at home, and we wish you all a good afternoon.